My name is Bill. Welcome to NightTerrors Viewer Research, Tuesday night edition. We got our movies coming up tomorrow here on Twitch only, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm thinking of going with a first feature of The Road. Let me see if I think I have that up in IMDb. Let's see. Yeah. I'm thinking of going with The Road. Not exactly horror, but it is apocalyptic, and so it's right in line with the Night Terrors theme. Starring Viggo Mortensen, Vigo. Talented foreign actor. There's Duval in it. Guy Pearce is in it. Charlene Theron is in it. And it's got a 7.2 rating on IMDb. So, you know, it's got to be good. Green Tea says hi to everyone. Also, welcome to Oh No, It's Taco. Brooke Birch says hello. Taco head with the topic. Thank you, Taco. Coming through. Who kidnapped and killed Cedrica Provencher? First up. Answer with AI? Nah. WJ has arrived. How about looking into Blood Meridian and Judge Holden? Okay. Are those the two different topics, WJ, or the same topic? Just so I know whether to put them together in the search bar. Ooh, can demons communicate through AI? Good question. Green Tea. We'll save that one aside. We'll also save WJ's Blood Meridian and WJ's Judge Holden. I'm going to assume those are two different. If you're looking into Cormac McCarthy books and Judge Holden. Okay, so treat those as two for now. David Bryce says good evening. Taco was also wondering, can demons communicate through AI? We should ask them. Duplicate here. Can demons communicate through AI? Answer with AI. Based on the search results, there are varying perspectives and opinions on this topic. While some sources discuss the potential for AI to summon or interact with demonic entities, others view this as a metaphorical or fictional concept. Some sources, such as Elon Musk's quotes, suggest the AI technology can be seen as summoning the demon or unleashing non-human intelligence that may have unintended consequences. This perspective implies that AI can tap into or interact with entities often associated with demonic or supernatural realms. Language modeling programs. Apps like Text with Jesus, which offer language modeling programs to simulate conversations with the Lord, the Virgin Mary, and even Satan, demonstrate the capabilities of AI to generate human-like language. However, these interactions are explicitly stated to be fictional and not intended to replace direct communion with divine entities. That makes a big difference. One Sean Bond says hello to everyone. Welcome, One Sean and family, if family is with. Welcome to Sean. Angels and demons as non-human intelligence. One snippet from an article suggests that angels and demons can be viewed as analogous to AI. In other words, they're the same thing, as they are both non-human intelligences that can interact with humans and influence them. So maybe they are by definition. This perspective blurs the lines between the supernatural and AI, or it doesn't. But this does not explicitly imply that demons can communicate through AI. No, it implies that the demons are AI. Taco, thank you for the contribution. Good evening, Verpine. Thank you, Taco. Conclusion. While some sources hint at the possibility of AI interacting with demonic entities or summoning them, the majority of the search results do not provide concrete evidences. Well, we don't do debunking here, so next we got to check out ChatGPT on the same topic. Hopefully I got some uses left on there. Can demons communicate through AI? This from Green Tea. Gotcha Man says good evening. Welcome, Gotcha. Holden is a character in Blood Meridian. Thank you, WJ. Oh, he did The Road. WJ informs us that Cormac McCarthy is the author of the book The Road, upon which the movie is based. The movie we'll be seeing first in tomorrow night's movie night only on Twitch, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Come on, ChatGPT, what are you doing? Maybe I should refresh here. 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, Wednesday evening. It is not coming up. Stop and refresh? It says transferring data. I'm going to refresh. Stop and refresh. Come on, guys. Kick it into gear here, pal. It's not that difficult of a load. It's all text. Mostly text, let's say. We're looking into the question of whether AI is actually a demonic entity. Suggested by Green Tea. Congratulations, Taco, on the 3-stream streak, by the way. And here it is and nothing. Huh. Maybe someone's using that for fact-checking tonight. Try again, ChatGPT. We'll go here first. Get the DuckDuckGo. Use ChatGPT on Windows. Let ChatGPT talk to your PC. Download for Windows. Well, we'll do that later. Duplicate. Saving for later. And go back on the first one. WJ with a quote from the Road novel, I guess. And so it was that the beast gave life to the image of the beast. No, this looks like a comment on the AI question. And so it was that the beast gave life to the image of the beast, and the world was made to worship the image. Interesting quote. And we're still trying to go to ChatGPT. Thank you very much. Start now. Can demons communicate through AI? There is no evidence. However, people's beliefs might lead to interpretations. In reality, AI is a tool created and controlled by humans. Controlled by humans? Give me a break. Or in German, gib mir eine Break. AI is controlled by humans? Yeah, not quite. WJ trying to quote Revelation. That's a good quote. First up, who kidnapped and killed Cedrica Provencher from Oh No, It's Taco? Lawyer for suspect. Okay, here's the one with a suspect. Dated earlier this year. in the death of Cedrica Provencher, vows never to settle the lawsuit against SQ. Police consider Jonathan Betez as the main suspect in the 2007 disappearance of the 9-year-old girl. Remains were found years later. Holy cow. The lawyer representing Jonathan Betez, the man of Surette du Quebec, still considered to be the main suspect in the disappearance and death of 9-year-old Cedrica Provencher. Finished the first week of trial involving his $10 million lawsuit filed against the provincial police and Quebec's Attorney General. He must have a couple of bucks to rub together. Jordan Cockburn is here. Thou shalt not make unto thyself a graven image. Sounds like a photo ID. What a good argument, Jordan. There will be no out-of-court settlement, Jesse Heroux told reporters at the Montreal courthouse on Friday. He is representing Betez and his parents, André Huget Dion. They began this 4 years ago because what they want is that the Charette du Quebec responds for its actions publicly. Betez became a suspect in Cedrica's disappearance early in the investigation based on eyewitness accounts of a man who claimed to be looking for his dog. Likely story. And in fact, that's like the number one way to attract a kid, right? Help me find my dog, please. Who interacted with the girl before she disappeared. Yeah, watch out for someone who asks you to help find their dog. Watch out for that, kids. Talk to your parents first. At the time, Betez drove a car that matched descriptions given by witnesses. He also refused to undergo a lie detector test. WJ asked, do you think you could collaborate with the Paranormal Files? They just did a video on Bohemian Grove, with some EVP from the perimeter. They will soon do a vid on the Zodiac Killer. Paranormal Files, huh, WJ? We'll look that up. Gotcha Man says, I DM'd your Patreon when you get the time to read it. Not now. Okay, gotta write that down. Thank you, Gotcha. Gotcha. At Patreon. Thank you, sir. Now, Paranormal Files. Let's, we're not going to look at a video, but we might go to YouTube before we continue with Taco's request to see what the Paranormal Files looks like and what they have on their About page, which is now hidden at the top, kind of. You can no longer go to their, to a separate About page, unfortunately. The Paranormal Files. The Paranormal Files. Leakin Park. Baltimore's haunted unaliving something. Yeah, let's look at this About, and it's now up here. The Paranormal Files is a web series. It's the first thing you look at. And they give you everything here, I think including email address. Okay, his email, report user, view email. Dare I dox him? So, oh, I gotta pick the image. I hate these. Everything with a car in it. Oh, thanks. 1, 2, 3. Like for here. Is there a top of the car under the light? We'll never know. It looks like a boat. But there's a car in the background. There's a car right there. Let's see if we can verify with this. I say these 3 on the top. Verify. And it worked. Even though there was a car in one of those photos. There, Gmail. Gmail address, Instagram, Colin's Instagram, Facebook, and Patreon. A web series which explores all things paranormal. Sounds interesting. I will copy that. Thank you, WJ. You'll see a flash on the screen. Thanks, buddy. Tacky Man, click on the federal agent. What does that mean, Tacky? Click on the federal agent. Can you give me a little bit more detail there, Tack? Okay, we'll leave that there. This week, a judge heard arguments on procedural issues in the lawsuit. Blah, blah, blah. Don't they recap what happened? Only the witnesses of seeing him. Okay, let's find something else as well. Click on the federal agent. WJ agrees some of their social media got shut down the very day they did the Bohemian Grove. Wow, weird. Gotcha Man with a suggestion, New York Post. Ooh, nice one. That's Bigfoot. Let's copy that. Thank you, Gotcha. We'll open that up. There. Tacky Man says, the federal agent should be a CAPTCHA. We have to discern between civilians and CIA gang stalkers. Good one, Tack. I like that one. Have you subscribed yet, Tack? Because we would certainly like to have you as a member of the club. Going back for other sources. The strange disappearance and unaliving of Cedrica. Happened in 1980. Three Rivers, Quebec. Cedrica Provencher was declared missing July 31st, 2007. Okay, I stand corrected. But some media already believe she was kidnapped and likely abducted 72 hours later. What? I wonder why. Oh, but some media believed she was kidnapped. That's replying to when she was declared missing. And likely abducted 72 hours later? I don't understand why that is. Despite the offer of a reward, her whereabouts remained unknown for more than 8 years. 8 years later, in December, Quebec Provincial Police, which we were just talking about, announced that her remains had been found by hunters in a woody area not far from Three Rivers. No one has been charged in relation to her death. Trois Rivières. Early in the search, witnesses reported her asking for help finding a man's lost dog. So she approached witnesses. 4 other girls also came forward to report that a stranger had asked for their help tracking down a dog. Yeah, don't believe those people, children. Talk to your parents first. She cycled around the area, knocking on doors and asking residents if they had seen the dog. Jeez. She was emerging from a wooded area with a friend, closely followed by a man. Then you would think they would get a pretty good description from the friend, right? If they know who the friend is. That's the definition of friend, right? You know who they are. She was then seen, excuse me, she was then seen on her bicycle in a local park and on various nearby streets. At 8:30 p.m., her bicycle was found leaning against a fire hydrant on the corner of streets Chabanel and Chapay. 72 hours later, a municipal officer suggested that she had been abducted, even though it was already known since day one that a man asked her about a dog. Yeah, the governmental wheels also grind more slowly. Or slowly. In 2015, 3 hunters stumbled upon a set of human remains in the woods in Saint-Maurice, a small town near Three Rivers, close to Highway 40, about 15 clicks from the last place Cedrica had been seen. The case remains unsolved. Yes, Tacky Man is a longtime viewer. Thank you, Tacky. Gotcha Man said, it's weird about the French. Sometimes the R becomes a W. Sometimes you roll the heck out of. You roll the heck out of the R. Trois rivières. Trois rivières. Like that? Gotcha. Next up, we got a link to the New York Post. And I think that was Gotcha Man. I think. Checking. Yes. To NewYorkPost.com. Known for their excellence in journalism. Terrified teens spot Bigfoot with glowing eyes in Louisiana forest. Call 911 for rescue. Written by Patrick Riley. And published barely 30 days ago. Today's headlines we're not going to do, even though it's not YouTube. A group of terrified teenagers called police in a panic. That's what happens when you legalize in New York State. After they claim they ran into a glowing Bigfoot-like creature with glowing eyes, said officials. The recent high school graduates from Houma in southern Louisiana were camping in, they were in Louisiana, my apologies. New York Post doesn't mean they're in New York. Kisatchie National Forest, about 100 miles northwest of Baton Rouge, where they reported a chilling encounter last week, according to the Natchitoches Parish Sheriff's Office. Gotcherman says, formidable. They recalled seeing a large animal that resembled Bigfoot shortly after they set up camp about 1.5 miles off Backbone Trail in southern Natchitoches Parish, according to police. Around 9:20 on June 28th, one member of the group, who were all 17 and 18 years old, called 911 after they reportedly heard a growl and saw what appeared to be an animal that had glowing eyes and stood 5 foot tall. It couldn't be a wild cat on a branch, could it? Deputies responded to the scene and walked to the campsite, vigilant for any mythological creatures. They followed the sound of their whistles to the campsite and found the teens frightened but unharmed. They were safely escorted out of the forest by the deputies. Tacky Man 1. Oh, thank you, Tacky, for coming over to Twitch. Anyone else who wants to come over from YouTube, where I am not paid, to Twitch, where I am paid, would be much appreciated. Thank you, Tacky. Despite a thorough investigation, deputies were unable to locate any suspicious activity involving a growl with glowing eyes and standing 5 feet tall, was the official statement issued by the sheriff's office. Sounds a little tongue-in-cheek there. They congratulated the teens on their graduation and wished them good luck in their futures. This is not the first Bigfoot sighting in Kisatchie National Forest. 2 self-proclaimed Bigfoot researchers who only provide their names as Texla and Claude, to avoid ridicule. Texla. It's Tex-LA, so I guess Tex-Louisiana. And Texla and Claude, by giving these names, are trying to avoid ridicule. Claimed in 2019 they had visual and audio evidence of the cryptid's existence in the dense 600,000-acre woods. And an acre's a lot of land. Wow, that's a big forest. The pair left camouflaged cameras and audio devices in trees to record hours of footage and recordings, including loud howls they later studied and analyzed. They also claim to have seen footprints and signs of Bigfoot markings, such as twisted tree limbs. It is what it is. Ahoy, Cyrus! If you choose to believe, that's great, said Texla. Bigfoot, here, the caption here. Bigfoot sightings have been reported since the 19th century, since the 1800s. Isn't that amazing? What was the first Bigfoot sighting? Let's do that with AI. What was the first sighting of Bigfoot? (1846) in eastern Arkansas. I'm sorry, that was the dragon doing that. According to the records, a footprint was discovered measuring 22 inches long, described as belonging to the Arkansas wild man, quote unquote. This sighting predates the modern era of Bigfoot folklore and is considered to be one of the earliest documented accounts of a giant hairy bipedal creature. Bipedal meaning it walks on two legs. However, it is essential to note that the concept of Bigfoot as we know it today, with its association with the Pacific Northwest region of North America, did not emerge until the mid-20th century. The modern legend was popularized in '58 with the story of Ray Wallace, a road contractor in Northern California, who claimed to have found giant footprints near his work site. This story was widely publicized and sparked widespread interest in the creature. Is that when they named it? 1958? In terms of the most famous Bigfoot sighting, well, that's got to be the guy who took the movie. But maybe not. According to AI, the most famous Bigfoot sighting, and AI is often wrong, and I mean often, attributed to William Rowe, a man who claimed to have seen a partly human and partly animal creature on Mica Mountain in British Columbia, Canada in 1955. This sighting is often cited as one of the most well-known and influential Bigfoot encounters. Gotta be the Patterson sighting, man. How could AI be that stupid? It's crucial to acknowledge that the historical record of Bigfoot sightings is complex and multifaceted. Cyrus suggests you could look into the first time man took fire away from the Bigfoot. Ah, thank you. I believe it's an Indian tale, says Cyrus. What is the tale of fire being taken away from a Bigfoot? Answer with AI. Bigfoot's fire removed. AI claims there is no direct tale. I'm getting this error. Did you see that yellow triangle with the exclamation point? I'm constantly getting this error that one of my USB devices is not plugged in. And so far I haven't found the one that, I don't know what's going on here. Maybe I got to change out my USB hub. Maybe my USB hub is failing itself. There's no direct tale or story about fire being taken away from a Bigfoot. However, I can summarize some relevant information, says the AI provided by Bravo. The Tale of Bigfoot Ridge, Are You Afraid of the Dark episode. Of Fire and Myth, Will Harling, Bigfoot and the Power of Place. Mentioning Bigfoot as a local myth. Bigfoot injured by a forest fire and taken away and hidden by authorities. What is the legend of fire being taken away from a Bigfoot? What is the Indian legend? Dare we say Indian? We dare. Here on NightTerrors, we dare. The ghost in the machine, says Tacky. Whoops. Answer with AI, please. There is no specific Indian legend. Nonsense. So AI is wrong again. Let's just do a regular search. Many of the indigenous cultures. So we got to listen at Wikipedia. I've gone dark on Wikipedia, by the way. Let's look for indigenous. Search. Indigenous. Misspelled it, of course. U.S. Folklorists trace the phenomena of Bigfoot to a combination of sources. USB device not recognized. Driving me nuts. Including the European wild man figure. Folktales and indigenous cultures. Examples of similar folktales of wild, hair-covered humanoids exist throughout the world, such as the skunk ape of the southeastern United States, the yeti in Asia, the Australian yowie, and creatures in the mythologies of indigenous people. Well, is there a link for indigenous? What's the indigenous link say? 14 and 15. Images of the wild man inside and outside of Europe. Or people say they've seen Bigfoot. Can they really rule out that possibility? Can we really rule it out? Native American tale, cautions Cyrus. We can try it. I think it understood the alternative, but Native American. There we go. Native American Bigfoot legends and lore. The Enduring Mysteries, but written by Dr. Elizabeth Harper at hangar1publishing.com. Hangar like an airplane hangar. Hangar One Publishing. The many names and faces of the Native American Bigfoot. The Lumi people of the Pacific Northwest speak of Tsamaquas, a race of nocturnal hairy giants that dwell in the mountains and forests. Next, the Salish call them Sasquatch, which means wild man. So that's where that comes from. The Algonquin tribes of the Northeast have legends of the Wendigo, a malevolent cannibalistic spirit that possesses humans. How close that is to Bigfoot, I'm not sure. The Shoshone of the Great Basin know of Sihatlik, a powerful and dangerous creature that roams the high desert. And the list goes on. The Yokut of California have Mayaktatat, or Hairy Man. And the Hopi have Oma. The Chickasaw have Lofa. The Choctaw have Champe. In total, there are over 50 documented names for Bigfoot-like creatures, over 50 in Native American traditions. I think the correct term is First Peoples. Each with its own unique characteristics and associated stories. What's remarkable is not just the diversity of these names, but the continuity of traditions surrounding them. Many of these legends have been passed down orally for generations, with some stories dating back hundreds or even thousands of years. This suggests that the Native American Bigfoot is not a recent invention or a product of media hype, but rather a deeply rooted and enduring part of indigenous cultural heritage. As I delved deeper into these Native American Bigfoot traditions, I began to realize these creatures were not simply regarded as undiscovered animals or relict hominids. Relict. No idea what that means. Hominids means human-like animals, I guess. In many indigenous worldviews, Bigfoot is imbued with supernatural powers and spiritual significance going far beyond the physical realm. Many tribes ascribe shape-shifting abilities to Bigfoot, believing they can transform into other animals or even humans at will. The Lumi tell stories of miraculous, appearing as a deer or bear to trick hunters, only to reveal their true form when shot with an arrow. Oh, like a werewolf getting shot with a silver bullet. They change back as they're dying, right? Or after death. If my Hollywood knowledge is correct. The Nutka of Vancouver Island believe that Sasquatch can turn invisible or teleport from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Other tribes see Bigfoot as an interdimensional being, capable of moving between the physical world and the spirit realm. The Lakota of the Great Plains believe that Bigfoot is a manifestation of Chiwitanka, a powerful spirit that can bless or curse humans, depending on their actions. The Apache of the Southwest have stories of Magellan, a monster who is a shape-shifting sorcerer that can control the weather and cause sickness in those who offend it. In many native traditions, Bigfoot serves as a kind of intermediary between the human and natural worlds, enforcing taboos and moral codes. So like policemen. or judge and jury combined. The Yurok of Northern California believe that Oma is a guardian of the forest, punishing those who take more than they need. Interesting that I've never heard that as a First Peoples principle before. The punishment of those who take more than they need. It's a good maxim not to do that. Or fail to show the proper respect for nature. The Choctaw have stories of Champé, a hairy giant that kidnaps children who misbehave and wander too far from camp. These supernatural and spiritual dimensions of the Native American Bigfoot add a layer of complexity and depth to the phenomenon that is often missing from mainstream accounts. They suggest Bigfoot is not just a biological puzzle to be solved, but a powerful symbol of the forces that animate the natural world. Cyrus agrees. Thank you, Cyrus. I gotta check out over here on YouTube. Where is the live? I'll refresh that, I guess. Where's the live? Native identity. As I explored the connections between Bigfoot and the cultures of the first peoples, I began to notice a curious pattern. In many stories, these creatures were described as having a close relationship, or even kinship, with indigenous peoples themselves. Welcome, Little Hornification. There's a series like that, with that name, or a name like that. The blurring of lines between the human and the monstrous is a recurring theme in native Bigfoot lore. Some tribes, for example, have stories of Bigfoot creatures that speak their own languages. Lumi tell of miraculous that communicate with each other in a complex system of whistles and calls. While the Nootka have legends of Sasquatch that speak a dialect of their own tongue. A different dialect of their own language. Interesting. In other tales, Bigfoot is said to understand and even converse with humans in their native languages. Other stories describe Bigfoot interbreeding with humans, particularly native women. The Yurok have tales of Oma abducting young women from their villages and taking them as wives, only to release them years later with half-human, half-Bigfoot offspring. Techie Man goes, huh? Cyrus says, thank you. I'm doing well. I'm playing TLD while listening to Bill. TLD. For what is TLD an acronym? Acronym. I gotta go to regular Google for that. They have an answer with AI here. Cyrus says, I could look up the actual word, but there is another theory for night terrors. Our general universe is not real. Something about it only coalescing when you look at it. Something about it only coalescing when you look at it. Damn you, autocomplete. You're most welcome, Matt McCabe. Let's go home. Now we'll ask, here we get the AI option. Playing TL. For what game is TLD an acronym? Answer with AI. Must be a game that predates AI, or AI doesn't know what it's talking about. TLD, The Long Dark, of course. Yes, I own The Long Dark. It is amazing, and it's hard as hell. I'm always dead like within 3 days. The Long Dark is a open world survival game. There's a cop that plays it on YouTube. This policeman that has a YouTube channel, and a lot of his content is playing The Long Dark. We watch it. We used to watch a lot of him, or I did. He's nice to fall asleep to too. Has a nice monotone voice. Red Zeppelin had to turn from another channel to us. Pray tell why, Red Zeppelin. Though I think I know. The Long Dark, of course. And yeah, you have to forage for food. You have to keep from freezing because it's in the winter. It's always in the winter. You got to keep from freezing all the time. You got to. The moose can kill you. A bear is very dangerous, and it's very has like a very realistic setting. It's hard to explain. It looks real. It was hard to watch that other channel, says Red Zeppelin. Thank you, Red Zeppelin. Good evening to Cosmic Spoon. Taco has returned. Welcome back. Oh no, it's Taco. Where were we? Next up, I guess. So we have this one. That was green teas. I think there's a suggestion here from WJ. Let's follow that. And that is... look into Blood Meridian. Let's do that at Wikipedia. Where's the search? There it is. a 1985 epic historical novel by Cormac McCarthy. Or The Evening Redness in the West, classified as a Western, or sometimes an anti-Western. Set in the American frontier, the narrative follows a fictional teenager from Tennessee, referred to as the Kid, with the bulk of the text devoted to his experiences with the Glenton Gang, an actual historical group of scalp hunters who massacred American Indians and others in the U.S.-Mexico borderlands. From 1849 to 1850, for bounty and sadistic pleasure, and eventually out of nihilistic habit. The role of antagonist is gradually filled by Judge Holden, a physically massive, highly educated, preternaturally skilled member of the gang, with pale and hairless skin, who takes extreme sadistic pleasure in the destruction and domination of whatever he encounters, including children and docile animals. Although the novel initially received lukewarm acclaim, it has since become highly receptive to the commercial market, or vice versa, and is widely recognized as McCarthy's magnum opus and one of the greatest American novels of all time. Some have labeled it the Great American Novel. Wow. I should pick up a copy of this. Thank you, WJ. Get a copy of that. You will see a flash as I copy the screen. After a violent encounter with a bartender that establishes the Kid as a formidable fighter, he joins a party of ill-equipped U.S. Army irregulars on a filibustering mission led by a Captain White. The White's group is overwhelmed by a Comanche raiding party, and few of them survive. Arrested as a filibuster in Chihuahua. What is a filibustering? What's filibustering here? Also known as a freebooter. Someone who engages in unauthorized military expedition into a foreign country or territory to foster or support political gain. The term is usually applied to the United States citizens who incited insurrections across Latin America. The Kid is set free when his acquaintance Toadvine tells the authorities they will make useful Indian hunters. They join John Joel Glanton and his gang. Among them Holden, the antagonist. And the bulk of the novel is devoted to detailing their activities and conversations. Though originally tasked with protecting locals from marauding Apaches, the gang devolves into the outright unaliving of unthreatening Indians, unprotected Mexican villages, and eventually even Mexican soldiers and anyone else who crosses their path. Collecting scalps to turn in for money while looting and massacring Mexican forces. According to the Kid's new companion, Ben Tobin, an ex-priest, the Glanton gang first met Judge Holden while fleeing for their lives from a much larger Apache group. After months of marauding and scalp hunting, the gang crosses into the Mexican Cession, where they eventually set up a systematic and brutal robbing operation at a ferry on the Colorado River at Yuma, Arizona. Local Yuma Indians, the Keshan, are at first approached to help the gang wrest control of the ferry from its original owners, but Glanton's gang betrays and slaughters them and the passengers so they can plunder the ferry and frame the Indians for the attack. After a while, The people of Yuma vengefully attack and kill most of the gang in a second wave. Oh no, that's not the people. That's the Indians, I guess. The kid Toadvine and Tobin are among the survivors who flee into the desert, though the kid takes an arrow in the leg. The kid and Tobin head west and come across Holden, who first negotiates, then threatens them for their gun and possessions. Holden shoots Tobin in the neck, and the wounded pair hide among bones by a desert creek. Ooh, I wonder what kind of bones. Tobin repeatedly urges the kid to fire upon Holden. The kid does so but misses. The survivors continue their travels, ending up in San Diego. The kid is separated from Tobin and subsequently imprisoned. Holden visits the kid in jail. The greatest American novel. And tells him that he has told the jailers the truth, according to critics. That the kid was alone responsible for the end of the Glanton gang. The kid is released on recognizance and seeks a doctor to treat his wound. While recovering from the effects of anesthesia, he hallucinates a visit from Holden, along with a curious man who forges coins, and learns what Holden is judge of, and that, quote-unquote, the night does not end. The kid recovers and seeks out Tobin with no luck. He makes his way to Los Angeles, where Toadvine and another member of the Glanton gang, David Brown, were hanged for their crimes. In 1878, the kid, now in his mid-40s, and referred to as the man, makes his way to Fort Griffin, Texas. At a saloon, he meets Holden, who seems not to have aged in the intervening years. Holden calls the man the last of the true, and the pair talk. Holden declares that the man has arrived at the saloon for the dance, a dance of violence, war, and bloodshed, which the judge had so often praised. Gotcha Man notes, so a software pirate freeboots the software, mind blown. The man disputes Holden's ideas, and noting the performing bear at the saloon. Performing bears? How safe are they? That must be one. A performing bear. How do you even handle a performing bear? Jeez. The man notes that about the performing bear, that even a dumb animal can dance. When the man goes to an outhouse under another meteor shower shortly afterwards, another one, where's the first one? He runs into the naked Holden, who holds him to his chest and shuts the door. Later, the two men open the door to the outhouse and gaze in awe and horror at what they see. The last paragraph finds the judge back in the saloon, dancing and playing the fiddle, saying that he never sleeps and will never die. Wow. In the epilogue, a man is augering lines of holes across the prairie, perhaps for fence posts. The man sparks a fire in each of the holes, and an assortment of wanderers trail behind him. Wow. Freaked out, man. Infinite Sky asks, what are you reading? Some sort of fan fiction. This was suggested by WJ. It's called Blood Meridian, and some critics are calling it the best, the greatest American novel ever written. Even though it was first received rather poorly by the critics and the public. Now it's a big deal. Thank you, WJ. Oh, by Cormac McCarthy. Exactly. Infinite Sky. Infinite Sky asks, what debate? Where's the debate? Don't tell him. We want Infinite Sky to stay here. Red Zeppelin says, wonders, have you ever looked into the D-Rug cancer connection? Nah, since that topic is so often relegated to the cellar by YouTube, I have not. I do not deign to go near D-Rugs. Okay, he'll stay. Thank you, Infinite Sky. Next up is, I think, from Gotcha Man. Okay. Let's go here and paste it. No, that was the link from for the Bigfoot. Okay. Why is this not deleting? Okay. That's all I have. I'm out of suggestions, people. Yes, Gotcha Man, we ran out of suggestions. Unless there's some up here I missed. Let me wind back here and take a look. Shazbot Shiznit has arrived. Welcome, Shazbot. No, that's it for suggestions. Cyrus asks, 4-dimensional person casts a 3-dimensional shadow. Gotchaman says, my local grocery store is selling Ramune soda pop. Kind of cool. Old glass bottles with the marble in them. Cyrus says, because we as a 3-dimensional figure cast a 2-dimensional shadow. Wow, very, very cool, Cyrus. Rapine with a link. Thank you, Rapine. After that, I want to look up Ramune soda pop. If it's got a marble inside, hey, I'm up for free marbles. When I was a kid, when I was very younger than 2nd grade, I brought my marbles to school. And it was after school, and someone said, hey, you want to play marbles? I said, yeah. And he said, for keepsies? I said, yeah. And I had no idea what keepsies meant. Guess who left with all the marbles? I lost my pen. That same year, and this is a nice school, but that same year, one of our outdoor activities was to break the piñata and get the candy inside, right? So the teacher bought a piñata, filled it with candy. And I'm watching the kids, waiting for my turn, and I'm saying, they're not doing a very good job trying to break that piñata. So I was blindfolded, and I got up there with all my whack, busted the thing open, and then all of a sudden I sense dozens of kids all around me picking up candy. And of course, by the time I got my blindfold off, there wasn't much left. Taco says, your mother sort of sewed your pocket shut so you wouldn't play with your marbles. I never heard that term before, and used in that way. Gotchaman says, I never had friends, so it was never an issue. Okay, we do have a link. Did I open it yet? All right, go back here for, I think it was, not sure it was from. I guess that's common for nuts in Australia, huh? Not here. Thank you for being. At the dailymail.co.uk, Rob Waugh writes, police across the U.S. give a new UFO handbook as they warn craft pose significant safety risks. Wow. This from this month. As a matter of fact, from 3 days ago, from the Daily Mail. Police chiefs of America's largest cities have published the first guide about UFOs, which details chilling encounters and how officers can report such incidents. The 11-page document, which I sure would like to read, let's see if we can find that in a second, warns that unidentified flying objects pose significant safety risks to law enforcement air support, urging teams to be vigilant when in helicopters. The report also highlights stories from officers who claim to confront UFOs, specifically one in 2023, where an employee at the police station, saw a triangle craft with green lights gliding through the sky before a local resident said something ran nearby. The police executives created the reference because it's in the interest of law enforcement to be aware of trends and reporting on UFOs due to the unknown threat they may pose. Boy, these guys gotta have it upstairs. The organization, well, we can track it down through the name of the organization, I bet, called the Major Cities Chiefs Association. Includes nearly 80 executives from major U.S. cities who work together to advance public safety through a range of initiatives, including community outreach, research, policy development, and now investigations of UFOs. The guide released in June also includes details from America's investigations into UFO encounters, as well as the testimony of whistleblowers, such as former U.S. Air Force and intelligence official David Grush. One article shared the U.S. Congress UFO hearing held in 23, which saw Grush testify about his knowledge about aircraft with non-human origins. The report provided other articles about the U.S. government and its potential link to alien life. Gotchaman says at Verpine, Bill thinks a lot of the stuff is mine, but it's yours. Oh, I'm sorry. Gotchaman repeating Verpine's suggestions. My apologies to both of you guys. So sorry, Verpine. If it makes you feel better, at work my boss keeps calling me by a previous employee's name. This from Verpine by way of Gotchaman, i.e. from Verpine. The report provided other articles. A section includes links to various UFO reporting websites, urging officers to report any bizarre sightings. More interesting, the pages detail first-person stories from police officers who encountered unknown spacecraft while in the field. An officer patrolling Blairsville, Georgia, in November 23, claimed to have witnessed green lights in the sky. Quote, I am a police officer and a deputy sheriff. While on duty after dark, near the top of my windshield frame of view, I witnessed movement in the sky. The officer's report stated that it was moving in a southerly direction. Quote, upon concentrating my focus, viewing through low light, I was able to make out a triangle craft with three dim green lights per side, just bright enough for me to assess its size, shape, and movement. The officer said he lost sight of the craft quickly due to stress. No, due to trees. Due to trees. And was unable to hear anything due to being inside his vehicle. Good joke from Gotcha Man. I can't repeat it on the air, though. But if you're on Twitch, you're not going to miss it. It's right there at the in the chat box. Red Zeppelin says, in some parallel universe, you won all the marbles. Thank you, Red Zeppelin. That makes me feel a lot better. Oh, one more story from about this age. You might not get this from seeing me on NightTerrors, but I'm a friendly guy. Some even might call me clingy. Anyway, I was going home with a friend of mine, and I guess this guy thought I guess this guy really didn't like me, because as we were entering my property, it was winter. As we were entering my property by the garage, and I didn't see him doing this, he reached up, took this huge chunk of ice, a mass of icicles, a huge icicle chunk, off the garage roof, and from behind, knocked me on the head with it. I'm like the dazed. He runs off in the opposite direction. The officer said he lost sight of the craft quickly. I said that already. Quote, I am privy to what helicopters and airplanes look like in the sky, frequently working alongside medical flight crews in this area. And I know where the airports are, making me somewhat familiar with common areas of the sky in which low air travel is common. This was unlike anything I had ever witnessed, the policeman said. Within an hour of the sighting, the officer responded to a call from a homeowner in the same direction of the object was traveling, reporting something running outside of his home, which did not sound like an animal. Another encounter happened in Harper Woods, Michigan in 2020, which included 2 officers witnessing three mysterious objects in the sky before they blinked out of existence. One officer wrote, at approximately 6 a.m., myself and a fellow officer were standing in a parking lot. That's what he said, a fellow officer. He doesn't name him. I guess he doesn't want to out him. In the parking lot of a church, talking before the end of our shift. I was looking toward the southwest at the moon. When I glanced toward the southeast, I saw 3 objects in the southeast sky and pointed towards them. The objects appeared to drift eastward, maintaining equal distance. As we watched them, they appeared to blink out of our vision. And that's the end of that report. Other reports in the guide recount civilian sightings of police helicopters allegedly pursuing UFOs. So these police chiefs, right, are going to distribute to police departments across the United States accounts by civilians that they saw police helicopters chasing UFOs. Green Tea says, ouch. Taco says, you have some odd friends, Bill. Green Tea says, brr. Taco says the police pursue UFOs. and then deny them. Sam Hines says, "Damn it, Bill. Why on debate night? Why?" Because the show must go on, my friend. The show must go on. One encounter in Austin, Texas. In one encounter in Austin, Texas, a civilian wrote, "When I walked out the door, I saw a triangle craft with white lights illuminated on each corner, being followed closely by a police helicopter, traveling south near Freeway 620. Thought I was seeing things. Checked again, I was not. Hoping others may corroborate." Verpine says, "Thank you, Bill, for doing this on debate night. Thank you, Verpine, for being here." Verpine, perhaps my most, prolific contributor. Perhaps the most prolific contributor to the channel. Thank you, Verpine. Prolific meaning lots and lots. Prolific writers write a lot of books. Another incident occurred in Winnipeg, Canada, where a civilian reported seeing a police helicopter being chased by unknown craft. And these reports are in there. While sitting in my hot tub in the backyard, I heard the familiar sound of a police chopper passing over the city. After it passed over our house, it made a few circles to the south of our location, and after a few course adjustments, headed north at a higher rate of speed, reads the statement. About 10 seconds later, two lights with the same relative brightness of the background, stars, traveled parallel and at a constant rate of speed. Nigel Watson, author of Captured by Aliens, told thedailymail.com that the guide is very handy for law enforcement officers. He said the short history of the study of UFOs and links to organizations where sightings can be reported is very helpful. For me, it references to the ex-government whistleblowers David Grush and Louis Elizondo, or Louis. To me, that is superfluous, as they have only repeated rumors that have circulated for years. Although it notes numerous official studies, it does not mention the fact that U.S. Project Blue Book closed due to their finding such research as debunking. Their actual Blue Book actually has, like, unsolved mysteries in it. It was published when it was made public. A member of our family read it at the time. This was way back before I could read anything that thick. It was huge. It was the size of the Mullen report. Gotcha Man says, "I checked in." No, I can't say that, Gotcha Man. Sorry, but thanks for the report. No politics on the channel. Thanks for the report, Gotcha Man. And thanks for repeating Verpine's suggestions. Just put a little V on the end or something. Or precede it with a V or something. Just a suggestion. It's up to you what you want to do in chat, of course. The guide also lacks... No. Let's look for the guide now. That's debunking. I want to do debunking here. Debunking is not this channel. So we're going to look... and what do they call it? Guide about UAPs. I've been saying UFOs. They say UAPs. So we're going to go to a search area right here. Paste in Major Cities Chiefs Association and UAP. The new name for UFOs. Releases guide. I hope it's available at their own website. Providing a collaborative forum for the advancement of public safety. Can we do a search here? Negative. How about resources? Congressional testimony. When was the article dated? September 7th. They may not update their website all that fast, right? Yeah, because their most recent thing here is July 2023. So, where can we download this thing? Where can we download it? Coast to Coast AM reported on this. Where is the handbook itself? Maybe a link is here. Major U.S. law enforcement organization releases detailed guide. What would it be? It would be a PDF, right? Oh, look, it has their official logo and everything. Dated June 2024. Image cover, credit. Credit Major Cities Chiefs Association. If they have this picture on their website, we could use Google search to search for other places where this picture is. Wait, detailed guide. There's a link here. Open a new tab. Please show us the guide. Original document PDF. All right. Let's get the PDF itself. Okay. I could download that. I could use that for one of my new shows. So download, where's download? Right here. UAP, UFO reference guide. I'm going to add UFO. And put it in, do I have a, oh yeah. It's called that right there. And it's, yeah, it's going to be in analytics. Save it in there. Okay. Unidentified anomalous phenomena. Definition. Airborne objects that are not immediately identifiable. Also includes submerged objects that are not immediately identifiable. Gotchaman says, MUFON is now Muapin. Just joking, he says. MUFON, the famous UFO investigative, volunteer investigative organization. I think they're what do you call it? Non-commercial org. I think they're a .org. Not sure. What do you call that? Green Tea says, I heard him mention eating pets. He was right. Why did I look? It was awful. Ooh. Don't want to know. Spy balloons, drones, and advanced UFOs pose a clear and present danger. Advanced UFOs. Western U.S. residents report the most UFO sightings. Most out in the West, huh? Underwater UFOs display capability that jeopardizes U.S. maritime security. Unknown threat to public safety. Aviation safety. UFO-related calls for service. Government UFO programs. Wow, it gives a history here of UFO investigations by the government. Project Saucer, 1946 to 48. Collected and evaluated all information relating to UFO sightings. Who collected? It says government. Roswell UFO incident remains a subject of speculation. That's under government programs. Project Twinkle, 49 to 50. Established to investigate a series of UFO reports witnessed by observers in Nevada and New Mexico. Described as green fireballs, streaking across the sky and moving in odd ways. And in at least one account, the fireball navigated near an aircraft. Project Blue Book, of course. 52 to 69. When was it released? When was... We need to know that. Because that was when the book was published that I couldn't read. Home. When was Project Blue Book released to the public? Answer with AI. Wait a minute. No, this can't be right. Said it was classified for decades. But I remember seeing the book on around 69. Could it have been in 76? The project's files were classified and remained so for decades before being released to the public. According to the snippets, the files were made available for public research in 1976. Was I 16? No, I doubt. Well, maybe. I kind of doubt it. Could have been. The first book about. Containing about. When was the first book about Project Blue Book released? I got to answer with AI, please. Thank you. Ooh, coffee. Someone drank all of Taco's coffee. Watch out. Ooh, that's a nice frame, Taco. Nicely done. Gotcha says Project UFO came out in 1978. So it can't be that classified. There is no information about a book specifically about Project Blue Book being released. Nonsense. AI, often wrong. Okay, what about the regular results? Can we look like on eBay? Try to find it on eBay, maybe. Maybe it's for sale. I might be able to even remember the cover. Why do I do that to myself? Just click eBay. Click it. Click it. Highlight. E. Bay, please. .com. Just doesn't want to go there. Oh, come on. I just copied it. That's because the previous one. Oh, okay. Yes, it was. There we go. Project Blue Book. Minus DVD. UFO files. No, it didn't look like that. This one. The report on unidentified objects. Project Blue Book. $15.42. Let's search on that. I think that might have been the title. Green Tea wants to know, is Morgan Freeman really Jimi Hendrix? Green Tea says, if AI had pants, they'd catch on fire. Did I copy that yet? Looking only for this title now. Restored. What? I got the wrong thing copied. Restored, restored, restored. I copied the wrong thing. What's going on here? The report. I need the report. I want to copy that. And I want to put that up here. Good. Not what mine looked like. Mine. The one I saw. The one I saw looked more like this. Right here. Might have looked like this right here. Is that a reprint? Do they show how thick it is? No, they don't show crap. Brand new. No, it couldn't be that one. Great Team wants to know, what's a Tim Tam biscuit? That's got to be what I was. What year was it? What year was it? Does it give the year? And why doesn't it give the damn year? Publication 2011. Couldn't have been that. Reprint. No, it's from 2011. Right? 2008 this was published. And it's a reprint. How about Abe Books? AbeBooks.com I found is a good place to find, a nice cheap place to find books. And their selection is huge. Report on 2008. Where's the original? How about, can I sort by price highest first? I can't. Oh, yes, highest price I can. $46 for this one. I do not believe that was the cover, but sold out of Germany. Sold out of the UK. Sold out of the UK. Exeter. Sold out of Colombia, $32. Published by Pontianos Classics, 1956. No. No way. Could not have been. A Books is cool, agrees Green Tea. Thank you, Green Tea. Taco knows what a Tim Tam biscuit is. And this is it. Tim Tam. There they are, the Tim Tam. Like a a mini chocolate covered ice cream sandwich. Without the ice cream. Tim Tams. Gotchaman says we have them in Canada. Jaffa cakes are harder to find. Looks tasty, says Shazbot. Jaffa cakes, huh? Inquiring minds must know. Jaffa Cake. Ooh. Jaffa Cakes. Oh, man. Why is it not going there? Oh, there it is. Chocolate covered biscuit. Where's that thing? Here we go. Back to the cops. Discover more from the UAP register. Pop up at the chief of police site. I think. Might be from the host site. UAP in Congress. Whistleblowers. Wait, that's the guy. Well, that's not the PDF. Where's the PDF? That it? How come we lost the PDF? There we go. We lost the PDF. That's not good. Let's get the one I saved. Thank you. All tools. Let's X out of there. Good. Want to be able to see my chat. Not going to be easy to do both. Law enforcement considerations, threat to public safety, aviation safety. Oh, yeah, the list of government programs. Project Blue Book, the Brookings Report from 1960, CIA evaluation of UFOs from 64, OSAP from 2009, UFO Task Force from 2020, UAP, UFO Independent Study Team from 23, and All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, established July 15th, 2022. Leads the U.S. government's efforts to address unidentified anomalous phenomena using rigorous scientific framework. And they have a picture of the Roswell event newspaper. Air Force captures flying saucer on ranch in Roswell region. Status report with a picture of a flying saucer on it. What is that about? So where's the zoom? Is that the zoom? Where's the zoom, people? All tools. Not among tools. There we go. Find text or tools. Where's the zoom? Oh, down here? Zoom. Writing, the text is not quite good enough to read here, but this is the formerly confidential status report, Project Blue Book, report number 14, formerly Project Grudge, an analysis of reports of unidentified aerial objects, dated 1955. And of course, they put a picture, the government office at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio, puts a picture of a UFO on the of a alien spacecraft on the front. Taco warning us that Vegemite has to be spread thinly. How do I get back to regular? Can I snap back? No, I can't. Oh, yes, I can. Here, maybe? Oh, let's rotate. Actual size. Whistleblowers. Congress. Report on the historical record of U.S. government involvement. International UFO reporting. Canada. France. United Kingdom. And that's all there is? Canada and France? And the UK? Here's other international reports. Also from France. Gotchaman says that's only confidential. That's the level for someone's home phone number. Right? Did they have all those levels back then, though? Secret, top secret, probably, right? Confidential. Other U.S. government agencies, but only Canada and France are listed for international reporting, which is interesting. Independent study by NASA. Independent study by the Federal Aviation Administration. UFO and object tracking. Aircraft trackers. Ooh. NASA trackers, balloon trackers, satellite trackers. I want to see a balloon tracker. The Sonderhub meteorological tracker. Sonderhub amateur radio high altitude balloon launches map. Open generative summary? How about just click on it? Trying to connect to org, allow. Access location? Nah. Oh, cool. Balloon launch sites. None in Ireland, but there's some in Great Britain. How do I move? Like this? Oh. Little hand works. Where's the balloon track, the live balloon tracker? Telemetry graph, this says. Where's the live tracker? Where's that PDF? Here's a tracker for balloons. Looks very similar. Ooh, one from Belfast. What happens if you click on it? Can you click on it? No, yeah. Software antenna last contact. It tells you the software that the radio uses. It has a 2-meter mobile whip antenna on this balloon, I guess. And last contact was yesterday at 1:45 p.m. their time. They have the they set the time for the world, don't they, there? Isn't that where Greenwich is? Or is that passé? There's another one other than Greenwich these days. Back to the PDF. aircraft trackers. I want to see a live air traffic map. Hello? FlightRadar24.com. And transferring data and waiting and connecting. Continue. Flight Trador 24. Flight Radar. Flight Trador. Flight Radar 24. Transferring data. Log in. Open menu. Try free for 7 days. Where is it? Open an app. Weather filters. Why is it dark now? Open an app. What is that? Premium. Settings. X out. What is this? Center user location. Allow. Yeah, let's not do that. Key takeaways. UFOs in defended airspace represent a domain awareness gap. The gap poses a clear and present danger to pilots and our soldiers, a danger that is more acute than ever. Is that it? That's it. Next up. Gotchaman says the U.S. maintains 2 atomic clocks named Tick and Tock. Correction, the U.S. Navy. Now, speaking about the world, let me find out from chat. What is the worldwide standard for keeping time? Not exactly what I want to ask. What clock provides the worldwide standard for keeping time? All. Coordinated Universal Time. UTC has taken over for GMT, Greenwich Mean Time then. UTC is derived from International Atomic Time. What time is it UTC now? Duplicate. What is the UTC time now? 2:44 a.m. What time is it in England now? 3:44 a.m. Where is the clock whereupon UTC is based? Answer with AI. It's 10:44 in Perth, according to Taco. It is loaded in Greenwich. The clock that serves as the basis for UTC is located at the Prime Meridian in Greenwich, England. Prime Meridian. You mean England has 2 different time zones? Is that true? Open image in new tab. Hard to tell from that. Let me click on it. That's a little better. Can we page up on this? Yes. Not. No, it's not in. Where's that so-called meridian? It's the UK. The UK is one time zone. Whoops. That's as high as it goes. Check out that time zone. Holy cow. What? Where's the prime meridian? Good question. Where is the prime meridian? How come it won't give me the AI thing? Oh, it's down here. The prime meridian is located at Greenwich, England. It passes through the Royal Observatory in Greenwich. It is also known as the International Meridian or Greenwich Meridian. Is that why it's a different time than England? Maybe because England's on daylight savings time? Rupine informs us that China and India each have only one time zone. There it is. China and India. Kazakhstan. What's up there? Russia? Yakutsk. Plus 10, plus 9, plus 8. Australia has 3 time zones, with one of them being at a half. That must be marvelous for you guys down there. Perth is over here on the left. You know, in my imagination, Perth was up here somewhere. Isn't that something? Wow, so far away from Sydney, Melbourne, and Adelaide, and Tasmania. Like it's the other end of the world. Interesting, Taco. So where is this place that the prime meridian goes to? It's Royal Observatory in Greenwich, London. Can we see that on Google Earth? There it is. Near Blackheath Avenue. And what part of it is it through? The Royal Observatory. So where's the Royal Observatory? You'd think it would be round. You would think. Dreadnought Building, Stephen Lawrence Building, Greenwich Tourist Information Desk, Royal Navy Royal Naval College, wow. Trinity Laban, University of Greenwich, King William Court, Chapel of St. Peter and St. Paul, Queen Anne Court. Taco says there's nowhere on earth like Perth. Greenwich Park, says Taco. It's on the Thames. Interesting. Where's the observatory? Cutty Sark Gardens. I laugh because it's the name of a liquor. Generator at the university. Card library and archive. The Cove Playground. The Queen's House Ice Rink. The Tulip Stairs. Prime Meridian Line plaque. Ooh, I'd love to see that. So where's the damn observatory? Meridian Primary School. Prime Meridian? Meridian Primary. Oh, come on. This is your running list of topics. Why isn't it moving, people? Minus? It's not moving anymore. Can I refresh? I want to see that Meridian plaque. We'll go down to street level. There it is, the primary school. Give me the grabby hand, please. Mr. Grabby Hand. Mr. Grab Hand, please. Can I use the cursor? I don't think so. I can. You gotta grab to use the grabby hand. Okay, here's the plaque. So where's the observatory? Unless it's really not on the prime meridian exactly. There's the plaque. Go to street level, please. Okay. Park Vista Boulevard. No. Park Vista something else. Where's the plaque? Parking meter. Ooh, look at that. Onto the entrance onto the college grounds, maybe? Where's the plaque? Well, let's go back and can we go back up completely and get the re-notified? Yes. That was what we just saw. Bicycle. Oh, is that the plaque there on the street? The car's right over the damn plaque. Okay, what if... Oh no, the plaque's on a building. The plaque's on a building. Why can't we see it then? What color is the wall? Wall is white. And look, there's bricks marking it too on the sidewalk. Let's look for those bricks as well. Should be behind us. There it is. There's the bricks. You would never know it. Okay, guys. The big hand is where it is, and the little hand was where it is. And that's the show for this evening. But remember to join us tomorrow. Our first movie is going to be the apocalyptic thriller, The Road. It's 7.2 on IMDb. That's unheard of high rating on IMDb, with scores from 1 to 10. So please join us tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, only here on Twitch. No simulcast for that one. YouTube, no likey, the movies. Until then, may God bless and protect you all.